Hey. Hello, brothers and sisters. Light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page about common sense. I try to keep it down in 80 gritty under 10 minutes because over 10 minutes is something very important. And not important to liberals, libertarians, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT, people like marijuana. That's like 80% of you masses, listeners. Discretion is advised. Because you know why? I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. I got a topic to talk about today. And I always talk about many different subjects, more than most people do. Okay. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast, actually put it down below. If you happen to jump across my videos in this time, space, and continuum, in this reality, in this matriarchs, just ask questions or read my description. I do have a Patreon, indeed. I am not some ordinary human to be fucked with, okay? All right? I do have flesh, and then I can be killed, of course, naturally, just like Jesus Christ, okay? Other than that, okay, the topic for the day will be the pattern and frequency I have experienced with little girls versus little boys. Let's start off there. I don't know how I'm going to title this video, but this video is going to be about crying pattern. They are more likely to 70 to 80% prone to being a nuisance when they get older. More of a psychological behavior when daughters cry. Okay? Now, I'm telling you from my experiences, not from your research or whatever. Okay? I don't care about your research. I'm talking about in my anecdotal, from my experience of talking to hundreds of women, babysitting hundreds of children. All right? I learned something here. It's a pattern. Even when my situation, when I was like before 17 years old, I was walking with my sister, and I always wondered why she cried the most. She cried so much, but she wasn't abused as much as I was. I didn't understand this crying frequency she was going through. Didn't understand why she was crying. Then one day she just ran away. So it is natural to have your younger sister to be more developed than you when it comes down to the streets. When it comes to socializing, that's what they say. They usually say that the daughters reach puberty faster than the boys, even though the boy may be older than their sisters, because of the fact that they have been brainwashed to not being homeschooled. So they'll put them in public school, and sometimes they may have some sexual arousal going through public schooling. This is from my learning. Okay, you can do your own anecdotal research. Okay, so as I was growing up with my sister tended to want to do her own thing. She was a thief. She did a lot of bad things, trust me. And I always asked my sister, why are you doing these things? Why I did not understand it. But she cried a lot when I held her in my hands. I remember holding I'm the firstborn sister. I'm the firstborn oldest of my 7 brothers and sisters. I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters. Yes, what is it?
Look at us. Look at us.
Yeah, I see you. Okay? I see you. And so I be trying to say to you guys, if you don't know your background history and how you was hanging around sisters, you should talk about that. Okay, I learned that girls that cry, daughters, babies that cry a lot, especially girls, I haven't picked up a pattern with boys crying that much, can be very manipulative and very emotional. They're unstable. Overall, doesn't matter what their zodiac is. There's so many girls, daughters I've held in my hand, and them little bitches be crying. So when they get older, when I do see them years later, and I'm like, damn, what happened to you? They're either prostitutes, they got tattoos all over their bodies, they're smokers and drinkers. They obviously are not virgins anymore. All right? They are on the dark side. That crying is something that I pick up early on. If I see that in your daughter or even in your son, I say that I don't think that's maybe lack of discipline can help. But I don't think that's wise, because some girls, if you discipline them, this is why I don't condone guys trying to discipline your daughters, especially if they're part of society, okay, as a whole. If you put them in school and they start running their mouths, like the movie called Case 39. Be quiet, y'all. Be quiet. I'm making a video. Yeah, have y'all ever seen that movie called Case 39? What is it?
I wanted you to record us in a triangle, but you just...
Not now. We can't do this now. We're making a video now. I'm making a video. We'll do that after the video, okay? Okay? All right. Yeah, my daughter right here likes to cry, and that's not a good way of communicating. And I told her that when you're crying, you're not being very intelligent. Okay? Because that is a form of control. All right? We got that? Okay. When people start whining and bickering, even the grown-ass adults do this shit. Lots of times when I see a grown-ass female with weave in her hair or any kind of nails, I automatically know she was a whiner. I automatically know most likely she was a spoiled little cow, little bastard, a little child. I know she was. I said, where she learned all this shit? Because she was naturally a crier. She was a whiner, okay, a screamer. If you have a daughter that screams, you better get rid of her. You gotta get rid of that young bitch right now, okay? No hate, no homo. Yeah, you keep crying. I can't take care of you no more. That means you're trying to be smart. You're trying to be a smart ass. That's the demon. That's a form of Case 39. Watch Case 39, that movie. You understand that when she was younger, I'm going to tell the story because that's an old ass movie. It's about a demon girl. A demon was inside her body, and she was crying and spoiled. The real parents tried to put her in the oven, tried to kill that bitch. And she was only under 10 years old because she was acting goofy as fuck. And they did try to discipline her, but they got tired, and they actually put her in the oven and tried to burn her ass, but it didn't work, and they got caught. But they say that the child was possessed, so that's a form of the Lilith spirit. I'm telling you right now, in Africa, you don't hear girls cry over there because they're poor, they're piss poor, and the spirit don't work well when there's no materialism. Materialism causes most likely women to go amongst. Okay, this is from my experiences. No hate here. Materialism, socialism, okay, any form of that stuff destroys the female's mind. When they see a lot of things, my daughter cries for my affection, okay, but that's rare because I'm different. Like I already said, this is time and time again, okay. But other than that, did you just poop? You better hold that shit in and get the hell off of me. We don't have time for that whining. You speak about what you need, and all she wants was a hug from me. Okay, so please understand this. Go ahead and play. Go ahead. Understand that this is an early warning sign. To if you can't, how the system turn on the TV too. They forbid you to discipline your child, but I'm gonna discipline my child in my own fashion. You don't have to tell them all of the secrets. You don't have to tell them how you do your discipline. You keep that shit to yourself. Discipline is necessary. I'm talking about physical contact. Sometimes you're gonna need a little whack. You're gonna need a little whack. That helps. You can't just eliminate that. Okay? So even psychological. First, there's different stages. There's the corner. Okay? Even the government would do this. They would do the corner. But some of them kids got to be put down. They can't be stopped. They want to do what the fuck they want to. As a matter of fact, there was something on MSNBC where they actually took their children for a test run through the prison system to show them what will happen to them for acting out. Okay? And it's good to show your kids these things that will happen to them when they act out. But you got to be careful with some kids, though. There's some kids are actually autistic, and they can't help it. So you got to be careful, and you're going to need a professional to know if your child is autistic on the far left side of the spectrum. All right? You're going to watch those kids that take advantage of that situation. You can tell. Sometimes they can't control themselves. Sometimes they act out of no fair fucking reason. You got to watch that one. That's the one to watch out for. But if it has something to do with some particular thing they want, or if they're trying to get some sort of attention, that could not be autism at all. It's most likely not. It's something that they want, and you have to watch it and be careful. But that's all I really wanted to say about the pattern I've learned by being around a lot of daughters and female kids, okay? And I was actually raising a whole lot of children in my past, okay? So I cost money, so I don't be around, okay? That's all. So my services is rendered by simply writing down what they ask me to do, and I'll do that, and I'm gone. I will not sit there, and I'm not responsible, okay? If anything else happens, okay? I'm here to do things as I'm charged to do, and then I'm gone, okay? All right? Other than that, peace and love to brothers and sisters of light and dark. I hope you learned something from what I said, from my experiences. I'm not talking about what you read somewhere, okay? Because that's a problem with people. People just they don't think things change. They just feel that your information is wrong when you're talking about your experiences. I'm like, how the fuck are you telling me what I just went through in my life? But other than that, that's all I really wanted to say, okay? It could be different in some areas. When you may have learned this way in some other area because it may be different algorithm in that area. Okay. Other than that, that's all I wanted to say, you brothers and sisters of light and dark, and y'all have a good day and good night. Okay. I'm out of here. Peace.